Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Good Life Podcast. Today, we have an interesting one. It's a topic that has been debated on the internet for so long, especially among youth. And today, we'll be talking about modesty. Everybody has their own different perspective of what modesty is. Most people think modesty is just the way you look on the outside and how you dress and how you present yourself. And yes, that is it. But modesty is also a lot more. It's a way of life. It kind of overflows into every aspect of your life. And I had to learn that with time. I learned that modesty should, overflow into your job, into the way you speak, the way you address people, and all of those things. But it's something I learned over time. And if you had spoken to me about modesty a couple of years ago, I probably would not have anything to say to you. Not because I didn't understand the concept, but more because I wasn't always so careful about the things that I wore. I was very much more carefree. I did not really have much restrictions as to the things that I would wear in public. I just didn't care. And over time, I started to outgrow that style, like, the skimpy dresses and the skimpy shirts. Gradually outgrew them, especially with work. When you have a 9 to 5, you go to the office most of the times, you don't really get to dress that way to the office. So I kind of outgrew them. But most importantly, I let go of that fashion sense or that style when I became a Christian, because I started to understand that with my faith, I needed to represent my beliefs. I couldn't just be a Christian that didn't care, and people would see me and not immediately identify me as a Christian or identify me as someone who understands the concept of modesty. Especially in 2025, I can see how modesty can be blurred, how the lines can be blurred between what is modest and what is not, especially with the influence of social media. Nowadays, this get ready with me is almost a pandemic on social media. Get ready with me for work, get ready with me to go out, get ready with me to go to lunch. There is so many varieties of them. And there is no logical reason why you should be starting a get ready with me in your underwear. But somehow that line has been blurred because everybody kind of thinks is normal. I mean, we have gotten to a point where modesty is actually the weird thing to do. Dressing modest and covered up in 2025 is actually weird. I will tell you firsthand that I have gotten more comments about my dressing now than when I used to be careless about my dressing. I mean, I've heard holy, holy, or I know you are trying to represent Mary or something. Just comments like that. I have gotten so many of them. But I didn't always used to get things like that when I used to be carefree about my dressing, which is funny. But people are always going to have an opinion of you. So again, we live in an age where dressing carefree and having the skimpy clothes and having things that are meant for the imagination out for people to see, that is the norm. And being covered up is actually the weird thing. I mean, look at this Owambe culture. Everybody is wearing corsets to Owambe. Corsets that I am sure they can barely breathe in. But that's the fashion these days. That is the normal thing for people to actually accept. And to be honest, I still don't get it, but everybody has a different perspective. Unfortunately, this has also spilled over to Christian content, because I've seen so many Christian content creators who start their vlogs in very skimpy clothing and clothing that, is somewhat funny. I've even seen get ready with me for church and they start with underwear. I mean, there is no logical reason why I should know that your underwear is pink to church. There is literally no reason. And I know that a lot of us have this argument of God does not really care about what I wear or how I look on the outside. He cares about my heart. And that is true. He cares about your heart. But we should be perfect example and representation of things that we believe. We can't be Christians and talk about Christ and not represent him. People should be able to see you and identify you as a Christian before even asking you. If you are dressed half naked, that will be a little bit hard for you to do. And listen, everything is allowed, but is it truly beneficial to you? Ask yourself. Also, the lines have been blurred so much, and that is what the young ones who are coming behind us see every day. And now they are picking it up because they feel like that is the actual normal thing. And that is what they need to do to actually, be the it girls and it boys. And believe me, this does not just have to do with ladies. Even men have started get ready with me in their briefs, which is hilarious at this point. Another very important factor is digital footprint. In a couple of years from now, you might have changed your ideologies. You might have even started dressing a lot more modest. You might be a mother or a father, and you might not really want those things on the internet. I mean, I've seen things on Twitter and other social media platforms where they bring videos from 6, 7, 10 years ago just to prove a point. So again, ask yourself truly and really, do you want this to be on the internet forever? And when it comes to Christian creators, another thing I have heard so much is we have grace. Yes, we do have grace, but grace should not be an excuse for us to conform to our worldly standards. Grace should be an avenue for us to showcase His goodness in our life even more. So again, reevaluate as a Christian. Do you truly represent your beliefs and things that Christ has taught you? And lastly, I hear a lot of people say is, "Oh, I don't like to dress modest because it's boring." That is a very big fat lie that social media has sold you, because people now think that if they tell you that something is boring, then you can avoid it and not do it. It's a lie. I have never been more interested in fashion than I am right now. And it's because I have learned to, match patterns and match texture and, materials. Like, it has given me so much room to actually experiment with my fashion sense and things that I love more than when I was dressing in all skimpy clothing. Fashion is subjective to a lot of people. So do not allow anybody sell you that lie that modest fashion is boring, because it's truly not. It's actually freeing. To me, I became a lot more free when I started dressing more modestly. I mean, being comfortable and being free and being able to move your body without being self-conscious, to me, that's truly freedom and is a plus on my side. Lastly, if you're trying to get into modest fashion, don't let the internet discourage you. Don't let things that you see around discourage you. Get into it. Start at your own pace. You can start little, but start from somewhere. And you can get inspiration from a lot of places. There's so many Christian creators, and not even just Christian creators, just creators who dress a lot more modest that you can gain inspiration from. And the internet too is another source of inspiration. Just start small, start from wherever you can, but start. And now I want to hear from you. What do you think about modesty? Have you ever been judged for how you dressed? I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments below. And with that, we have come to the end of today's episode. Don't forget to share, comment, like, and tell a friend to watch this video. Bye.